Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And if you take a look at the weather system over there, right there, that is a very large Atlantic storm that has dropped southward. And oddly enough, today, unlike yesterday, the areas that were in clouds and rain yesterday are now actually in at least some partial sunshine. And you can see from the circulation that drier air is actually coming down from the north. And meanwhile, the areas that yesterday were in sunshine, or at least some partial sunshine, are having to deal with the cloud cover as the weather system started east of Cape Cod, moved west, then turned south, and now turning southeast, and eventually will be making its way out to the east. So for some, it's a better day than yesterday, and for others, not so much. But if you happen to be in the area where you're seeing some sunshine, do by all means enjoy your afternoon. The other thing to point out on this satellite loop, the clouds that you see here in the Midwest around the Great Lakes and into the Ohio Valley that's moving eastward, that's a weather system that is crossing the Great Lakes, and it's weakening as it does so. So I'm not anticipating any precipitation from that. The clouds may survive to an extent, and that will put a bit of a hinge on the forecast for Sunday, as those clouds will be in the mix. So if you have more sun, you'll probably have higher temperatures. If you have more clouds, your temperatures will be slightly lower. But I think as far as precipitation goes, it's not going to be a worry. Now, this was the loop late yesterday showing these bands of rain coming down from New England. And of course, that's all changed today. The radar in the Northeast is completely quiet. And even where we have the cloud cover down into parts of the northern mid-Atlantic states, it is also quiet. We do have showers going on across in Michigan down into Indiana. Most of those showers are light. And again, that area is weakening as it moves east. And we do have some heavier downpours and a couple of embedded thunderstorms in parts of Texas and into northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, but there's no severe weather that is forecast for the next several days and possibly even beyond that. In the meantime, taking a look at California, this area of rain with unsettled weather coming in off the Pacific Northwest coast, driving into California, this is going to produce some snow, and they have winter storm warnings up for the Sierra Nevadas for 1 to 3 feet of snow forecast to fall, and elevations generally above 6 or 7 thousand feet. But otherwise, as you look at the weather for the rest of the country, it is very, very quiet indeed. So it's all about this low you see from yesterday morning, the low centered near Cape Cod. If we bring up the latest surface map, that low center has now dropped well to the south and east. It's almost off the map here. So it's just a matter of time before the drier air that's worked its way down from New England into New York City and northern New Jersey continues to drive its way southward down the coast. So if you are overcast, just be a little bit patient. And with respect to temperatures for the rest of the day, we're going to be primarily in the 50s. And just want to look ahead to Sunday here. And with a bit more, with just some cloud cover, but some sun in the mix too, and that onshore flow shutting itself off, highs will be generally in the upper 50s and low 60s from New York City, north and east, and middle to even a few upper 60s as you go south and west down into Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, and into Maryland and Delaware. And Monday, looking like a very nice day with temperatures in the 60s just about everywhere. Maybe there's room for a little bit of upside away from the ocean. Coastal areas will probably be more in the 50s, but just inland it'll be in the 60s, and maybe we could push it up to mid to upper 60s throughout much of this region. So just a quick look here at the weather models going forward. We've been talking about the fact that the weather pattern overall has been rather blocky in nature, which explains why we have this storm off the East Coast and the way it's behaving. Higher pressures in eastern Canada all the way up into northern Canada and toward Greenland. That upper high is going to weaken somewhat, but we are instead going into a rather flat westerly flow of air for the start of next week. And then as we move into later next week and in next weekend, looks like a deep trough is going to be dropping down into the eastern part of the United States. And that is going to have some weather impact going forward. The surface map here, we'll just give it a little tight view, and then we'll wrap it up so that you can get outside and enjoy your weather. But here's how it looks on the full U.S. map. I'll get myself out of the way here. So there's your storm. There's your weak system that is located in the Great Lakes. There it is updated here for this afternoon. And your storm system is just about getting ready to move off the map. You've got rain in Texas, rain and snow in California. And going forward, the Great Lakes system weakens. High pressure starts to build in. So a mix of sun and clouds for Sunday, a fair amount of sunshine for Monday. Tuesday, we start to see the next weather system moving out of the plains and into the Great Lakes. And that could bring a few showers here on Tuesday and then again on Wednesday. And then after that, we're going to see something maybe a little bit more important coming out from the southern plains. The GFS has kind of backed off on this a little bit from the prior run. There's some colder air that gets involved, and you can see at the end of the week actually showing some snow around the Great Lakes and on up into parts of upstate New York and into northern New England, some rain down the coast. But again, that's 7 days from now, so we'll deal with that when we get there. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Continue your social distancing. And I've been putting up, by the way, this is being that there isn't a whole lot to do. I went out and walked 6 miles this morning. Went and did the necessary food shopping I had to do. I've been putting up some of the things I've been cooking along the way, because I'm sure a lot of you are doing a lot more cooking than you usually be doing. And from time to time over the next couple of weeks or however long this lasts, I will be putting up some suggestions on stuff that's easy and tastes really good. And it doesn't have to come out of a can, and it doesn't have to come out of a box. Okay, it's very easy to make something fresh and from scratch. And actually, once you start doing it, you'll find that it's quite relaxing. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, the Joe and Joe Weather Show, our Sunday morning show, Coffee with Chaffee, and Rayo. So make sure you mark that down on your calendar and join us tomorrow. See you later.